Hi guys, SteelBallThoughts here. I've got an update video coming soon where I'm going to talk about exactly what's going on with me and what I'm handling at this moment rather than the future stuff, because that tends to fuck up. But let's get to the meat of this video. That is the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Diamond is Unbreakable Chapter 1 movie, the live action movie. There's a teaser trailer out, excuse me, a little burp. There's a lot I want to talk about. This might be a bit long. I'm going to replay it throughout this, but it's going to be a bit long. So this was interesting. It was a very interesting trailer. It shows quite a lot off. If we were to go from like scene 1, I couldn't do, I would have to just throw bits at you. Number 1, Miike Takashi has done very well with the colour palette. The whole colour palette is awesome, with the kind of like purple skies with like a yellow kind of buildings, if that makes sense. It's really well done. That's kind of like what the later coloured pictures of Diamond is Unbreakable, as well as the majority of JoJo kind of looks like. That is amazing. I'm really happy about that. We get to see every single character shown so far, although I will say that Jotaro kind of like, well, the person playing Jotaro, Yusuke, he has this kind of like smirk about him, whereas he should have this kind of like constant like kind of like what the fuck you doing kind of face rather. Of course we don't see any stands. We get to see a little bit of a stand at the very end, where we see Koichi and of course and Josuke there. It's really interesting. It really is. Like I didn't expect this teaser to be so good. I really didn't. Like, I really enjoyed it. The music was done well. The color palette, like I previously mentioned, was amazing. A few things were weird, like for example, you don't see Josuke fight the other kind of Yankees or Chavs or whatever you want to call them outside of the school where the fountain is. We see them inside an alleyway, of course, and you know, of course, that's the beginning of the movie, so we're not going to see Crazy Diamond until Jotaro turns up and goes, "What's up, yo?" And then, you know, they have a little battle, of course. So it was really, I'm going to say it's good that they didn't show the stands, because I didn't think the teaser trailer would show the stands. Like, even if they look shit good, whatever, who cares? There. Another thing, we get to see the arrow. I love that. The arrow is perfectly portrayed. I mean, it's got to look, it's just like a physical object, it's got to look like that. Another thing was where we have the Tachiri Kinshi, which means like do not enter sign. Instead of having it deleted in terms of like the manga / the anime will have it where the Kinshi, the king part of Kinshi, of course, do not enter, the N part, I guess, I don't know, I've not read it in English, would be disappeared. Instead of actually disappearing it, they just cut it off, so the sign would be like cut. Like, for example, instead of just taking off the letter, he takes off that part of the sign and it connects, if you get what I mean. So that was interesting. I mean, that makes more sense in reality. That's okay, I get that, that's pretty cool. The characters, how they look, like with the palette on and stuff like that, not gonna lie, looks really good. The outside of the Nijimura Manor actually looks really cool. Like the way that instead of just like the gates right there, like literally 3 steps from the front door, is like a whole garden kind of looking thing. That's interesting. I want to see how that works as well. But regardless, I think it's going to be really cool. We actually get to see the piece of paper that shows that Anjiro is a little bit of a bastard. He kills things and does know. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really interested. Like, I'm quite invested. And this comes from a person that, like, my heart's aching from hearing live action. This is literally what you're going to hear from me, because I am very, very conflicted, extremely conflicted. Just, I think it's going to be good, and that's it. Like, I think it's going to be a 7 out of 10 movie. Of course, I've not seen it, of course. But that's what I'm gonna throw a guess out that it's gonna be a 7 out of 10 movie. I'm gonna go see the movie in cinemas. I hope I enjoy it, and because it's the first chapter, we've got more to come, because people want to see Kira. This is not gonna end without Kira. This is gonna be 3 movies. This is gonna be a trilogy. If not, then they got to shorten a lot for the second part, which is they probably might. But they might cut out stuff like they might cut out Enigma, and they might cut out the Rock Scissor Paper Kid. They might cut out a lot. They'll be like, okay, let's let Antonio, Kira, any kind of like other people, you know, let's throw some about. Let's do this, that, and the other. You know, cut some. You know, we need a little bit of Yuya. I want to see who plays Yuya if they add him in, which they should. I want to see that shit. I want to see that. Rohan, though, my final talk about this is that Rohan is a character that's going to be so difficult. It's going to be so difficult to play regardless. Like, the others were going to be difficult anyway, but people will be like, okay, let's see more, let's see more. Rohan is going to be like, fuck, that's going to be difficult. Anyhow, what do you think about it, guys and girls? Do you think it looks alright, this first trailer? Is there anything you want to know more about it? Just ask me. Go on the old SteelBallThoughts and the old Twitter and Facebook and all that shit. And yeah, final thoughts. Me, trailer, awesome. How do you feel? Hi. So anyway, I'll see you until the next trailer, or until my next video, like I said, that comes out. But oh.